So there's two variables when incubating eggs. What kind of eggs can be hatched and what kind of incubator we use. Back in July, I stumbled across a 50-year-old incubator on eBay and I just had to try it out.
Oh, is my hair weird? So we have 2 incubators open and who knows if they're gonna work because we're gonna try something different today. So this one, I don't know if it's gonna work, but I thought it'd be fun to open it and at least show it off to you guys because this incubator is over 100 years old. So this is called an old suitcase incubator. You see original on there. Wow, look at that. What in the world is on
I don't know
here?
what that, oh, it says eggs, fragile eggs. So somebody sent this to somebody. Howard Marshall.
Providence, Rhode Island to New Hampshire. Yeah, no, it has the original paperwork in here. So this paperwork is over 100 years old, I guess. It says it's sold by Houghton and Dutton from Boston, Massachusetts. Place small end down, fill in the bottom top with small paper ruffled. This just seems like an egg crate, maybe not an incubator. So an old way of shipping eggs, possibly. It's okay, that's a fun antique to have, but I'll have to critique their eBay listing a little bit since they called it an incubator. Now, this one is not from Home Depot, but it should be an incubator. Let's open that one up. Lots of styrofoam in here to protect this thing. Now, I've seen a few people sell these as non-working incubators. This is some old stuff. I don't know if it's from the 50s, 60s, 70s. I'm not sure when it's from. But I think somebody actually made this a workable incubator.
Is it upside down or is
An
it
old 2-prong plug here. It's got a model number 14003. Made by Brower Manufacturing, Quincy, Illinois. To see if there's some kind of information online about this incubator, the history of it. Oh man, it's got original instructions too. Wow. So we've got our base here. Eggs can sit all on top of here, so I'm gonna have to manually rotate these each day. Looks like we've got a little water tray to hold some water for humidity. And here in the top, I think this is what somebody may have worked on. They put a heating element, a fan. I think somebody took an old incubator, probably wasn't working anymore. I've seen some of these like this, and they added a couple parts to make it work. Oh man, the original thermometer. Well, that was perfect timing for getting the incubator out because our eggs just showed up. We'll open those in a minute, but we need to go turn on this incubator and see if it still works. I just found out, I watched a video on it, and I don't know what year this incubator's from yet. I can't find anything on it, but we'll try to figure that out before the video's done. But this little screw and wing nut here is how you control the temperature inside. So let's see if it turns on. Oh, I heard it starting to whir in there. We got the light. The light turns on here whenever it's actually heating. So that is good news that we actually do have power to it. We've got our new age thermometers in here and then our old one that we'll use to check. I need to get some water in there. Yikes. Didn't break, did it? I spilled like everything here. We've got that incubator on. I'll have to give it a little while to heat up. Right now the fan's just blowing, and so I don't know how long that'll take. So let's go check out these eggs. They took about a week to get here, which is not ideal. If they were from the 3 days before they shipped, and then they're only 10 days old and they'll be fine. But if they're older than that, they may not hatch. Pretty simple packaging, just bubble wrapped inside of a egg carton. All right, so we had one explode in here. That's why I don't like doing it that way. That one's all yolk. The rest of them look like they're all right, I think. Here's a normal sized chicken egg. Here are the eggs we're hatching. Now these are from Cerama's, and it's easily the most requested egg that we have to hatch. These are the world's smallest chicken breed. I think he might have included a few extra here. I'm not too worried about the one explosion. That one's extra. That one's got a big crack on it. That one's not gonna work either. So even with our 2 broken eggs, like we still have 12. I think 12 is what I ordered, so they threw in 2 extra and they end up breaking. So we'll let these rest while our incubator is heating up. So we've got a bunch of quail eggs. And while I'm already hatching some really small chickens, I would end up having to toss out these eggs because I don't have a a buyer for them, which is no big deal. But I figured, why not just throw them on too? I don't need more button quail. I think I've gotten everything balanced out here on the incubator. So let's go ahead and merge these in here as well. Now I have these other eggs in about 3 days ago. So these eggs should hatch right around the same time. 16, 17 days for button quail, 21 days for the chicken eggs. So the smallest quail and the smallest chickens. This could be a lot of fun in about 16, 17 days from now. All right, so we're about 12 days in on this incubation with about 8, 9 days to go. And I want to candle these eggs. I've got some more eggs that just came in the mail, and I'm not sure where to put them. If I'm going to put them in our big incubator, if I'm going to put them in here. I'm not quite sure if I had... It took me a little while to get the temperature to level out in here. It went a little high, then went a little low, just tweaking with this little screw right here. I finally figured that out, and I've got it stabilized around 100 now. But I need to see if these eggs are developing. We've got our Frenzy ovoscope here. Ooh, that's not a good start. That one's clear. Egg 2. That one's clear. Well, yeah, that's not good. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not good at all. Uh-oh. Egg number 7. Ouch. Nothing. I could keep that around, but I don't think that's enough. Wow. Whoa, there was some development there. I don't know if that's still alive, but that was some development right there on that one. Let's put that one back in. Nothing else, probably. I'm in luck. Those eggs did show up pretty late. They took over a week to get here, and temperatures fluctuated quite a bit early on, going from like 104 down to 97, something like that. So I think I've got it all where it's going like 98 to 101 now. Now I had just done a video not too long ago where we went to Randy's place in Texas, and I saw he had one of our Americanas that was a splash Americana, and I asking for some help on tracking down some more, and somebody put me in touch with somebody that had some splash Americanas, and I ordered some eggs and just got them in. So we're gonna put these beautiful green eggs in here. I've got 13 of them. If these button quail end up hatching out during this period, no big deal. I haven't turned those at all. I've been turning the little cerama eggs, and then I've got 5 more, and we'll put these over in this incubator. That way, in case I screw this up, I've got a backup. I've been getting some breast eggs. I've got some pheasant eggs here. So that's what I've got on this tray, and I'll keep adding other eggs throughout. But that way I've got 5 in here and 8 down in here. That was unfortunate, but let's see if we have any luck with these next 8. We got our first couple of button quail to hatch out. I didn't know if we'd have any hatch, that we had the temp fluctuate quite a bit. I'm gonna move into here for now. So teeny tiny. The big goal here is to get these Americanas to hatch out, but at least we got something to hatch.
This was how I turned the eggs every couple of hours. I'd turn every big egg a quarter to a half turn, so they're getting equally heated on all sides. And for the button quail eggs, I would just push them around since there were too many to individually turn them at the same time.
We'll put some more button quail eggs in there. They're gonna hatch sometime after. We'll get out our egg handler, and let's check a couple of these eggs. That's not good. So we're not up to a good start here. Let's see what else we have. Temperature has been staying pretty steady. I say between 98 and 101 right now. It fluctuates about 3 degrees, and there's not much I can do about that. It seems like I either got to go 99 to 102 or 98 to 101. So I think I've got it right where it should work a little bit. Okay, that one's looking good. That's another empty one. Okay. So 1 out of 4 so far. That's not great. 4 left to check here. Oh yeah, that one looks good. Egg number 4, very good. Egg number 5, great. So 5 are good. So we'll close up this incubator. This one's all set for now. And then I've got 4 eggs up here. That's looking empty. That's empty. Could be a fertility issue too from the breeder. Uh-oh. 2 eggs bad right off the bat, and this is our top of the line incubator here. May have to check with the breeder and see what kind of fertility rate he has on his hatches. That's great. Oh man, that's empty. So 3 out of the 4 eggs bad in there. Oh my. Okay, so not an incubator issue, but maybe more of a fertility issue. I'll keep turning the eggs. Hopefully we'll see them hatch here in a few days. We currently have one egg that's pipped inside here, so every once in a while I put a camera down in there. But we just had our one Americana egg hatch out of this incubator. So far, just looks white, but should have some black specks as it develops. Put it in here in another incubator to dry out. Hopefully we'll see some when it gets completely dry and fluffy. All right, so it's day 21, and last night we had one hatch out in here, so that's our second one. It's our first one in this incubator. And then look at this. We had a black one hatch out. I figured they'd all be white with speckles. We had a black one. That'll be sweet. And then we just had a couple more pip. It's really hard to check on this incubator through the hole. You can't see much through there. You can see a little bit of movement, but not much. So I have to open it a little bit, but there's wide open holes in here. So everywhere it's losing humidity. It's hard to get the humidity up past like 35% in this thing, but so I don't think I've gotten anybody stuck in the eggs. They've been able to get out pretty easily regardless of opening and closing this incubator. We've had 4 chicks hatch out, one just hatched out, and we've got all different colorings here. We've got a white, black, there's a little white underneath. That one looks like it'll be a mottled or speckled. And then another one here, black with some white underneath. There's still one egg left, and then a bunch of button quail that are hopefully hatching in the next few days, but let's move these guys over to the other incubator. Ooh. Tried raising these guys inside for a few days, but they just made a big mess, and they get really wet because they splash in the water a lot. So we have 5 of these little Americanas. These 2 look the most like splashed, and that's what I was really going for. The other got 1 black one and then 2 white ones. So I'm gonna put leg bands on these guys. I can tell them apart. They've got the little muffs that the other chicks won't have. But just so it's easy enough for everyone else to be able to tell these 5, because we've got some breast chickens in here that are all white, a few other birds in here. So that one has a little yellow band on. There's our black one with a little band. Okay, Bella.
Yes.
Okay, I'm putting this on the leg, okay? Here we go. Alright, we ready to put it in?
Yeah.
Oh, you got one of your rise chicks?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here's number 4. Alright, should we put a band on the leg?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Well, that was a big relief after we get them out of the house. So the last egg never hatched. That was disappointing, but at least we got 5 chicks from them. And now we just have some button quail. Some button quail are waiting to hatch. And then we'll be able to do a final review on that incubator. I put about 20 more button quail eggs in here, and look at all the quail that hatched. Last night was day 16 on the dot, and they all hatched out within like an hour of each other. Only 6 didn't hatch, and goodness, there were about 20. Just crazy. We gotta move some chicks.
Yes.
All right, so these chicks are now 2 months old. Can you believe how fast they've grown? They are looking awesome in here. We've got our pea chicks over here. Oh, there they go. Of course, we keep our pea chicks off the ground until about 4 months old. And we're gonna move these chicks. We would have put them in there with them, but we decided to keep them separate. So we're gonna move them over to this spot in the emu area. We just have one I am Chimani over there was smaller than the others. Let's see if they're roosters or if they're hens. We're getting really hungry for food this morning. We thought we better move them over because they spill so much food underneath this thing. So some of these don't have the speckles. It's looking tighter so far here on the end. So far looking like a pullet or a hen. Good job. This one's looking quite a bit bigger. Tail's looking pretty tight there. A little harder to tell. These guys don't have a big comb. There's an I am Chimani one. One little I am Chimani there. This one turned out all white, which is fine. It's gonna be really pretty, kind of like our amber, but the speckles. That's what I was hoping for.
Are we don't go back and sit down?
Oh, she can't back out.
Can we sit down?
It's all right. Okay, I'm gonna close this door down. So for a few days, I'll set this door to stay closed, and then we'll start to let them out in this area. The original I am Chimani rooster right there, and then we've got these other chicks here. Food there, they got water here, and he's just gonna be a mean, nasty little guy. Now this is the one that I'm really excited about. It's got the splash or mottled color, the black and white. This is for a hen. I think we're still rounded. I'm hoping we got a hen here and not a rooster. I'd be really bummed if we have a rooster, but maybe we use it for breeding if we do get that. Hopefully this will be a she. All right, let's go put her in too.
So you have two bodies in here? Oh, they're both.
We're gonna need to get that guy out of here. Gonna have to grab him. Yeah, he's not gonna work there. We're gonna have to put him out with. We just did a rooster butchering this past week. Butchered about 20. Got our numbers from about 30 down to 10. We still have a few extras like this guy that we've got to deal with. So we have 3 rooster spots. This one's open right now, the omelet coop. Then we've got this one we'll move them into. This is our smaller roosters. And then we've got our big ones, our turkeys, Indio Gante, and one of the Bruce Fighter roosters. We got 3 right there. Got a Moran's and I am Chimani out here. And then we have so many button quail. We have like 3 generations. Some of them we bought to bring in new genetics. We basically have our old button quail down here and our new button quail that we hatched out just a month ago, and they are almost full size. This is the older generation of button quail. And then the newer generation that's only a month old is right here. They are virtually the same size. And so this is awesome. We've got a ton of button quail now. We've got a lot of different bloodlines in here since we brought in some outside eggs. We're getting so many eggs now. We're getting like 5 to 10 eggs a day. And we do sell those on our website. So if you're interested in hatching out some button quail, go there and check out our eggs on our website. You ready to see the egg? Is there any eggs in there? No eggs.
Okay.
So the Brower 845 or 14003 incubator, I end up emailing the company and they said this was 40 to 60 years old. So I can't find exactly how old this incubator. The point is, incubator's old. It got somewhat repaired to actually work by somebody in here by working with some of the parts, and it works awesome. The whole point of doing this is not to find just some old incubator and hatch with it. It was fun to do that. More than anything, I want you to know that you don't need a brand new incubator to hatch out eggs. You can find something that will hold heat in it and you can turn it into an incubator yourself. This thing is pretty cool that it's that old, and once I got it dialed in with the screw and wing nut there, was able to get this to be in the range of 98 to 101 degrees. It was pretty cool that 50 years ago somebody came up with simple idea, simple parts, and it still hatches out eggs today. Thank you guys for hanging with me and watching this video. I can't give away this incubator. This one is one I definitely got to hang on to, but I hope it inspires you to hatch out some eggs. And I recently came up with some storage tubs here for our incubators, and we put them up high there, our old Lego incubator, and kind of reminds me of Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark. And then packing away the Ark of the Covenant at the very end in that warehouse, never to be seen again.